Today, we're working on the Pilates springboard for a lower body burn. We're going to be working standing, pulling those springs from the springboard in a quadruped position and side lying as well. Welcome to the Benniebarrefitness Pilates studio. It's time for some standing leg work as well as standing arms. They're both going to be working here for us. So we're going to leave the long springs with the rollback bar exactly where it is on a level 8 and move our shorter springs all the way up to a level 11 with the hand straps on. Grabbing a hold of those straps, we're stepping away significantly from the springboard. We're going to turn so that our thumbs are facing up towards the sky and keeping the toes facing forward in parallel here. You can have a slight turnout if that feels better for your knees. Otherwise, we're about hip distance apart. And we're gonna row the arms in, thumbs facing up while we come into a deep squat. Do you have to come down this low? No, you don't. Those squats can look like this. Think flat back as you pull down and up. Now we're gonna take this into a combo movement. So we're gonna take one squat and then we're going to row one arm at a time, first twisting with it, return back in. So you're feeling those obliques as you twist off to the side. Now facing forward, row one at a time, and then the other, and then come back into that squat. Row and squat, twist and row, other side, and now drive that elbow back one side at a time while you're keeping those shoulders square to the springboard. Again. Steady flow of breath, exhaling on the exertion. Last time through. Now we're going to take that same rowing of the arms with that deep squat and keep it there. Release those arms all the way forward as you press the legs straight up. One more. Good. All right. Give those arms a little break. We're just going to fold forward into tabletop and let those springs pull up and stretch through the arms. Deepening the breath. Good. We're going to step out now. So I've got my trifold mat down. I'm going to step out wide so that my heels are pressing into the sides. I'm going to think second position here of the feet. Toes turned out, heels pulled in. I'm going to turn my palms facing down rather than facing each other with the thumbs up. So facing down here, we're going to take this into a squat from this position while we pull through the arms. Different angle here with the arms or palms facing down. I can think, speak, and move at the same time. That's questionable some days, but I'm attempting to do all of them. Really opening through the hips in this position. Arms are still at play, of course. Let's go for 5 more here. Last one. Good. Stepping the feet back onto the mat and reach out and stretch in that tabletop position again. Good. Roll up through the spine. All right. We're stepping in a little closer to the springboard now, and we're going to think tricep extensions or pressing down to straighten the arm, working the back of the tricep muscle right here with a releve. So, or we can think about that as a calf raise rather than a dancer term. So pulling the elbows in, we're going to start off with a Pilates V, heels together, or first position here. And we're going to peel up onto those toes while we lengthen out through the arms and then lower everything back down at the same rate. Press and then lower those heels while we release the arms. Nice and controlled. Two more. Now, we're not quite done, but we are going to change the position of our feet and the angle at which we're working the calf muscle. We're going to come into parallel. So lift those heels, turn the toes facing forward. So we're standing hip distance apart. Now, same thing. Heel those heels up while you press the arms. It might be a little different for you balance-wise, but you might need to adjust. You might find that parallel is easier for you than that V heels position. Or reverse. Two more. Keep the head reaching straight up. Good. Whew. Right here, we're going to stretch those calves. Release the hands, press the hands into the springboard. Take the left foot back. Press the heel all the way down, so we don't want to be peeled up like this. Really stretch that calf, and then bend through that front leg to deepen that stretch. If it's too much, you can be right here with a straight front leg, and that might be enough of a stretch for you. You can really sink in. Press out through those hands. Stretch really actively. Good. Let's step in and come to the other side. Make sure that all your toes are facing forward and that you're not turned out. Good. Stepping forward. Okay, our next movement is going to involve this rollback bar that's still here. It's going to feel kind of like a balancing act and similar to exercises that we do on the chair where we're standing in front and pressing the pedal down. All right, so make sure that you've got a good balance and that you're doing things to keep yourself in control. If you need to press into a steady surface while you're doing this, you can press into the springboard. Otherwise, you can hold on to your hand straps here. We're going to face both the feet forward, toes facing the board. Take that right foot, reach up and grab that rollback bar. Have it like securely underneath your feet. And we're going to press that bar straight down to the mat. Now make sure you don't lock out through your standing leg. Have a little gentle bend through the knee. And we're pressing down and then lifting that knee back up. Really think just as much about the press down as the lift up with control. One more. Good. Release. So if you don't have a chair unit at home, that's a great way to take that exercise using the roll back bar. Feels a little bit scarier with a dowel underneath your foot rather than a solid chair pedal. But nevertheless, it is a challenge. Okay, make sure your toes are still parallel. Step that left foot up, grab a hold of that roll back bar, and press down. Now on this side, I'm feeling like, ooh, I'm a little off balance. I'm gonna reassess, put myself in the center of the bar with my foot, pressing down. We don't want that bar going at an angle. We wanna press down through the center. And I didn't quite hit it when I first put my foot on. Good, release that roll back bar and bring the foot down. Okay, these springs, what are they doing for us as far as like balance here? Not that much, but there is something mentally about having something to hold on to while you're doing something rather than the hands being out free. So sometimes that makes a big difference for me, being able to concentrate and balance, even though your legs have been working through that balance unassisted the whole time. We're going to adjust our springs right here. Bring those long springs down from a level 8, dropping down to a level 6. Remove the rollback bar and put the foot straps on. Now we're going to come into a kneeling quadruped series. It's going to be good for the legs, glutes, general length and balance, as well as working through that core. We're going to feel it here as well. And we're also going to turn to the side and do a little side leg propped up on the elbow for each leg. Okay, coming down, we're gonna start with the left leg. So we're gonna place that loop onto the left foot, then circle the leg back out and around. Find your base here with your hands directly underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath the hips, about hip distance apart. You're gonna take that left leg, that knee is floating up, and we're gonna press it straight back, straightening through that leg, and then bend and pull back in. So think about your toe just trailing across the mat, but that whole leg can just be levitating the whole time. Really balance through the body here. Nice and smooth. Press evenly through both hands. Now we're going to turn this into a combo movement. So that same movement is pressing back. We're going to add an arabesque lift, bring it down and in. So we're going to press that leg back, lift into arabesque, pull the toe back down and slide it back in. One more. Good. From here, dropping down onto those elbows, the elbows coming directly underneath the shoulders. We're going to extend through that left leg and we're going to circle sweep from corner to corner. So take that toe to the left corner of the mat, Lift up and over like you're drawing a rainbow, coming towards the right corner of the mat, and bring it back. One more. Over and back. Good. From here, we're going to come down side lying, but stay on that elbow. That right elbow is underneath the shoulder, and we're going to keep that left leg bent underneath us, or sorry, the right leg bent underneath us. Left leg is in the loop. We're going to go into passe develope here. So we're going to bend the leg in, spring comes in front of the knee, straighten the leg, lift up, and then squeeze, press that leg down. Again, passe, straighten up to the sky, and fold down. Get comfortable on that elbow if you need to adjust. Stay nice and controlled through the body. Now, let's reverse the direction of that movement of the leg. Lifting up straight, bend, push and slide the leg back out. One more. Good. Lift that leg up, remove the loop. We're going to come over onto the other side. Okay, stepping right foot forward. Loop comes underneath that foot. Circle sweep the leg out to the side. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Starting with that right leg, floating in, pressing straight back, and pulling back in. Pressing evenly through the hands here. Stabilize through the hips. Don't let them shift backwards as you're pressing back. Good. Now combo movement, adding in that arabesque. Press back, lift the leg in the sky, down and down. Don't let those springs tug or pull you anywhere. You control them, especially on that lift. Good. Coming down onto the forearms, positioning those elbows right underneath the shoulders, lengthening that right leg long, taking it to the right corner of the mat. We're going to lift up, circle over to the left side of the mat, and return. bending that knee in. Now we're coming over to the side. So staying on that left elbow, rotate the hip down. Left leg is going to stay bent. Right leg, we turn the knee up towards the sky, passe developpe. Bend in, extend and straighten, lengthen out. Don't collapse into that shoulder. Now, reverse direction. Lift up, bend, press and reach out. One more. Lift that leg up, remove the loop. Whew. Shake that out. It's amazing how many of those movements you can feel through the core there.
Thanks so much for joining me for the Springboard Pilates workout here at the Benniebarre Pilates studio. You can join me for my full online studio for all of my classes and everything available on Patreon. And right now you can try my Springboard tier for a week for free. And of course, you can find more Springboard Pilates right here on my YouTube channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to see more workouts just like this one. See you guys next time in the studio.